Hello my crafty friends. Today I'm altering a little box. I've already taken the hardware off of it. It has a really nice little bronze hardware, and I took that off already, and I'm going to alter this box, and this is going to be in one of the auctions for the Disabled Artist Foundation. For some reason that word eluded me. And so there are several of us doing this, and you may have seen some other people alter boxes, and we're all just doing our own thing with them. And I'm going to start by putting this wash on it. It's by Tattered Angel. It says Color Wash Tint, a one-step water-based tint for natural surfaces, and this one is copper. And so I think it's going to look like a stain with some copper in it. It says it's ideal for wood or wicker, for non-coated surfaces. Shake before use, apply with a brush, quick dry, no wipe off required, soap and water cleanup. So that sounds good. I'm going to use my little pickle jar lid to put it in. And I'm probably not going to do the bottom of it because I'm going to put some felt on there so that it'll be well, I probably ought to do the bottom just in case, because I'm not positive I'll put the felt on there at the end. I don't know. This is one of those projects that's going to kind of appear as you go, because I haven't finalized everything I'm going to do. I have some ideas, but I haven't come to a conclusion about what I'm going to do. I'm splattering with that. So let's set that one aside and let it dry while I work on the top. The top's going to be covered up, but I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing inside and out, and that way if anything peeks through, it'll all be this pretty wood. You know, let's see. I don't know if it's going to actually have any shimmer or not. We'll just have to see. Got some extra paint there, we might as well. I may completely change my mind about what I was going to, how I was going to decorate this, because I think it might be nice to let some of the wood show through. I didn't plan on any of the wood showing except right in here and inside the top lid, but this is actually really pretty, so we'll have to think on that. Okay, let's come back and work on this. We'll let that part dry. I'm trying to see if I can see any shimmer in it. I can't really see any copper shimmer in it, but that's a kind of sad, because that was, you know, the point of this. And it may be that everything just soaked in so much that you'll have to do a second coat to be able to see it. I don't know. All right, let's shake that up and get some more out. It's a pretty color, though. I like it. I'm glad I decided to do this now, even if it's even if it doesn't have the shimmery aspect to it that I thought it would. Woo, too much on my brush that time. Okay, let's go ahead and add another layer. Oh, this is the bottom. I was going to say on top just in case, but that's the bottom. But we added another layer anyway. I think I want to go ahead and add another layer on top and see if we can get some of that. To show through the copper glittery look. Okay. Let's see. That's gonna obviously have to dry some before I move on to the doing the inside. So I'm gonna pause a minute and let that happen. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there definitely is some shimmer. Well, the camera picks it up there, doesn't it? And I think that's already a very pretty box. I like it. I'm going to go ahead though and, oh, I ran out of, my stuff dried while the box dried. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and paint the insides and the lip of the box. Like I said, a lot of this is not even going to show when I get finished, probably. If I was doing it for me, a lot of it would show, but I was given a lot of beautiful things, and so I want to use them. At least some of them on this box. Okay, there's the inside of the bottom of the box. And when it dries, the glittery stuff shows up a lot more, but it is still very subtle. It's not like, woo, glitter, you know, which I like. This looks kind of like a mahogany color to me. I don't know what color you would call this, the stain part of this, but it's very pretty. Put a couple of layers on the edge of the box here, because that part will show. This rim, you know, the kind of framework definitely will show. Now I'm going to have to put another layer on the outside though, because it kind of bled down from the, well, it might dry and be okay, I don't know. We're just going to go ahead because I've got it out here, and then we'll know it's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and give that a little bit more. All right. Ooh. Well, there's that, and I'm going to give it some time to dry, and then we will come back and we will start adding goodies to it. Okay, I decided to go ahead and add some, this is called polyacrylic. It's a water-based polyurethane kind of protective coating. And I'm just going to paint it on, and this is supposed to be a clear gloss, so I'm hoping that it won't, you know, that it'll do good things, not bad things. I can already see that it's woken up the paint on this, because it's coming off in the brush. Anyway, we're going to just keep going and see what happens. I don't know. Is that prettier or less pretty? I don't know. Well, let's just keep going. And this may be because it's not as dry as it should be. um, it was dry to the touch, so I didn't think about the fact that it might not be, I might not have let it dry enough before I started this. I don't know. It might not would pull off that color as much if I had let it dry more. I don't know. It's all okay. We're gonna let that sit, and then we'll come back and we will do the same thing on the inside once this is dry. Hello, my crafty friends. Well, I got the box put back together. It's all stained and varnished and put back together. And I think it's a beautiful box just like this. But I'm going to go ahead and embellish it some more. One thing I want to do is put some ribbon that goes around like this. See if I got enough ribbon. Yeah. And I want to loosen that up and put it kind of underneath that a little bit. So I still need to cut it off just a tad. But so that's what my plan is on the for around the top. And then I want to do the same thing around the bottom. And I was thinking it was just going to go to this. I didn't realize how high up that was and that it really kind of goes underneath. So I'll have to kind of fill in a little bit to finish filling that in. But anyway, I'm going to do that. And then on the top, I think I'm going to put these beads all the way around, glue them down. And then I'm just going to fill it full of these buttons. And, you know, I want to make it look like they're just kind of thrown up there. But I want to do it, you know, glue them down. So it's going to be like, hopefully look like organized chaos. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start with this ribbon. And I need to loosen this up just a little bit so I can put that underneath. Let's undo that too because it won't go anywhere. I mean, it won't loosen up enough for me to slide that under there if I don't. Okay. Okay. I don't really want that doing that, but I don't know what else to do because anything I put around there will get in the way of putting the ribbon down. So we're just going to have to hold it. And we're going to start by putting a little glue like that and sliding that ribbon underneath. And I want to try to keep it in the middle, which is not that easy to do, and keep it in frame. So I think I'm going to put the glue on and let that kind of guide where I put the ribbon. I'm using this art glitter glue because it does a really good job of gluing things down and kind of staying put, which is what I want. Now this is going to kind of have to go over the hinge a little bit. but I'm not going to worry about it. Most important thing is to try to get it centered there as good as I can. Okay. And this, you don't really notice things like this until you go to do, put center something under it. But this thing here was not put on with much care to centering it. So and in order to keep it to close there, you can see more how off it is. And I just realized I need something right there. That's bugging me. I'll have to think about that. I'm going to put something up there to kind of hide that because I don't like that. Okay, and we're going to start with this one and do the same thing, except I'm not going to put it underneath this. I'm just going to fill in down here with some more. This is kind of this is not going to be as easy to stick down as that first ribbon. Because it's kind of, I don't know, plasticky or something. I'm going to pause for a minute and finish putting this around, and then I'll show you. Okay, my camera got knocked, so I wasn't sure where it was. Okay, this is what it looks like after we got that put on there. And I like that pretty good. I wish this had been able to go all the way around just like it is, but the flowers I think help. And they're thinner. This is so fat, it would be hard to use this opener. And the little flowers give you space to do that without messing it up. So I guess that's a good thing too. I'm gonna work now on the inside. And what I want to do is put a little soft form inside. I'm going to use, there was some felt in our kit, and I'm going to use it and cover it with this fabric. I'll just do a rough, so you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about here real quick. And I'm just going to, kind of fold that under. And it'll be down in here. And when I get it that way, I think I'm going to also sew some buttons in and see if I can get them to kind of tuft it a little bit. We will see. But the first thing I'm going to do is try to get this to stay put here. And I want it to be, let's go ahead and take off a little bit in the corners here. That'll get really bulky. I'm leaving quite a bit because I want it to be sure it covers the corners. But okay, let's go ahead and tuck in the ends first, I think. We're just going to glue that down. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. This is going to be, you know, sticking down inside there, so it's not going to... I don't plan to glue it in. So if the person who bids on this in the auction and gets it doesn't like that aspect of it, they can just take it out. I just thought it'd be nice to have something soft to put your whatever treasures you're going to be putting in here. Yeah, that's going to be good. That may need to be tucked in a little bit so it doesn't stick out. Let's do some glue right there. I don't think that's actually probably going to go all the way to the other edge. I should have made it so that it would, and that would be a neater finish to it, but I was just thinking, oh, it's going to be underneath, nobody's going to see it. Okay. Just to make it look a little bit better, we're going to stick this on there. It's not in this one right here. It just looks a little nicer that way. But like I said, this is going to go down like this, so nobody's going to see this part unless you take it out and just look at it on purpose. And I guess if you buy it in the auction, you are entitled to do that. Okay, let that, I'm gonna let that rest, but let's make sure it's gonna fit. Well, it is a little bit short on these sides and a little bit long on that side. But we're just gonna, I'm gonna put it in there anyway. When I measured it, I didn't have it tucked in as tight as I do now, and it looked like it was going to be perfect. Okay, now I've got these buttons. I'm going to pause for a minute and get some thread. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just take this thread, and I'm going to, this is, then we'll put a button on here. I don't think there's enough pillowing to really tuft it much, but let's just do this. I'm gonna clip it right here and tie it really tight, and that will do as much as we can do. Okay, doesn't really, it doesn't really. That's a little sad because I thought it was a fun plan. I'm going to go ahead and stick these other buttons on there just because I've already started. Well, I didn't. Okay. Once it got tied down like that, it didn't want to pull any through anymore, and I need. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and clip that. Well, it's just decoration, I guess now, because it's not tufting like I wanted it to. Okay, let's clip those. Clip those. I'm going to have to get some more thread. Well, that's enough to do one more. Okay. Let's do one more little button. Come on. It went right through last time, and this time, since I'm doing it on the video, it's not going to do it. I'm going to pause a minute and thread. Okay. Of course, it worked real easy that time, since I wasn't recording. Okay. Get all those threads out of the way. And we're just going to set that down in here. And then I'm going to put some goodies in here. Not sure exactly what. That's going to be a surprise. But what we need to do next is glue the buttons and stuff on top. And I'm not sure the best thing to use for this. I think a glue gun might be the best thing to use for this. I don't like using glue guns because I feel like I get extra glue that is visible. But I think that's what we're going to do anyway because I don't know what else to do that I have. So I'm going to pause it and heat up my glue gun. Okay. Well, I'm hoping that I do this right because I don't want the glue to really show. So it needs to be either inside the beads or right underneath. So I'm going to try to do it where it'll be inside. Okay, let's... I hope that's good. I think that's going to work. And inside we can cover up with, we're going to cover up with some buttons, so I won't worry as much about it. Okay. This is where it's kind of scary because I don't know. But I kind of have to do at least these two sides all at once. So all right. Those may be a little bit far in or further in than I intended. But I think that's going to work. One thing about beads like this, when you cut them, there's a knot between each bead, and whichever side of that knot you cut on, that bead's going to come loose. So I had to be sure when I was cutting this that I cut it on the other side of where I wanted my bead to be. I mean, the bead I wanted to keep. Okay. I think that's going to be good. Now my desire was to just have it look like these buttons were just kind of thrown in here and have them kind of piled. And I have a few more beads that I thought I could put in there. And here. And I got some, got glue gun there. Glue stick on the beads. I tried to get beads that were colorful and they were definitely vintage beads. And I got a few metal beads, buttons. And I'm not sure, I'm going to try to just put, I don't know. This is going to be hard for me. Because I kind of want it to be kind of like that. But you can't really do that. I guess I could. I could just put some glue down and then throw them on and see what sticks. But I think what I'm going to do is glue the bigger ones down and then glue the little ones down on top of those. So we'll start with some of these big ones. Oh, see, some of those little ones already tried to stick. Okay, just a second. I think more of the beads are. I want to make sure they're all glued. Okay. Let's see, what other big ones do we have? Okay. Let's just start by putting some of these down. I don't know any other way to do it than to just go for it. And I don't really want the glue coming up through the center of the button, so I'm trying to do it on the outside edges. Okay, let's wait on that one a minute. Okay, let's scoot the buttons over here and put this kind of in the center where you can see it better. Here's a big metal one. Ooh, 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 ow. Oh. Okay. That gets, metal buttons get really hot when you put glue on them. I wasn't expecting that. We may not have very many metal buttons. I'm going to stick the glue right there. Just stick that button kind of into it and see if it'll stick down. Okay. And let's go ahead and add I don't. Okay. And let's slide some kind of underneath that. Man. Okay. Okay, don't stick one down there if you don't have any glue. Okay, this is I want to kind of cover up, if I can, the glue that is around the edges. I'm holding, okay. So I want to put some more buttons kind of over those. I think it's all right to having it going down there like that, because I do want them to look kind of like they just got thrown in there. Let's see. Put that little rose right there. Well, okay. I feel like I'm messing this up instead of making it look pretty. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a few little beads kind of in there to fill in some of the spaces. Let's see, what else? Trying to decide if I should just turn this off and show you again when it's finished instead of you having to, making you watch the... Of course, you can speed it up. Just speed it up. That way you can at least kind of see the progression. Okay. I hate all those strings. I've seen people just use their glue gun and blow on it and make those strings disappear, but I mean, it seems to work. It just, I guess I have this fear that it won't really work. Let's see. Some of these are going to have to be hidden somewhat if we're going to have them look kind of piled. So I'm going to have to just put some sacrificial ones in here. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Needs to be something. Let's go right here. And okay, I feel like we're filling it up. That's what it's looking like right now. I'm worrying more about from the front than from the back because probably, you would set it where you're looking at it from the front. So Nope, that's not going to work. We need something with the... I'll do that. And then we'll come right in here and tuck that one in. Okay. Um, put a jewel in there. And then we'll kind of stick a little button in behind it. I like that. Let's see if we can utilize another one of these to fill in a spot that needs to be filled in. Yeah, right there. Ooh, that's perfect. So we got some jewels too. Okay, I don't want to make it come up too much above the pearls. So that may be enough. Okay, right there we're going to stick this. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any. I still think there's some holes that need to be. don't know. It's hard to decide. Just thought it'd be fun to put something pretty in the middle of that. But the pretty ones all have things on the back of them, and they don't. Okay, that'll do. All right. I still feel like I need to add a little bit in right there, and right there. Okay. Out of glue. We're not out of glue. It's just not pushing. Okay. Keep finding places that need a little something. Okay. I think I'm going to call that good enough. Oh, well, there's this really cute one too. Okay. That's going to be the last one. All right. Now then I'm going to try that glue gun trick and see if it works. Didn't get that one. With these, let's try this again a little bit. I think I'm maybe being too tentative. Okay. Alrighty, I like it. I like it. Now I just have to figure out what I'm going to put inside it. Something fun. You'll have to go to the auction to find out. This is for the Disabled Artists Foundation, so be sure and look it up. I'll have the information in the description box. So look it up and go to the auctions. I think there's one tomorrow. This won't be in it, obviously, but I think there is an auction tomorrow. Bye, all.